Hi guys, how are you? Good to see you again. In this video, I am going to explain to you, or I am going to help you to understand how to change the statements from direct to indirect. In my previous video, as I had already informed you, that was an introduction to start or to learn direct indirect speech, and that we needed to have a clear understanding of those four types of sentences in English. The reason I gave was, while we change or when we change a direct sentence to reported speech, any one of those four types of sentences would appear the sentences that are given within the inverted commas. So therefore, we need to have a clear understanding of what the type of sentence given within the inverted commas. And the next thing that I informed you, and there are certain general basic rules that we needed to follow, and I explained all those rules in the previous video, where I explained to you the changes to be made in terms of reporting verb, pronouns, adverbials for various types of sentences. So, if you had watched that video completely, you can find this video is a continuation of this, because from this video I will discuss types of sentence one after the other in one video. Today we are going to discuss only the statements, how we are going to change the statements from direct to indirect or from direct to reported speech. So like that, I think I will complete the direct indirect speech, vice versa, within 4 videos, including this video. Okay, so let us go into the video of the discussion straight away now. Now, if you have noticed there, I have written about 10 sentences, all direct sentences. All direct sentences. See now, all of them are written within the inverted commas, and they have various tenses also, because tenses also need to be changed while we are changing from direct to indirect speech. So I have written about 7 sentences here. I wrote all the sentences earlier so that it will be easy for me to explain. So what I am going to do now, listen to me carefully, and while I am explaining, you have to sit and watch carefully how the changes are made in terms of finding out or inserting the rules and regulations for statements to change from direct to indirect. Now let me explain to you and write all these sentences in reported speech one after the other. Then we will go to the vice versa, because we need to be able to write the indirect speech sentence to direct also. So we should not restrict, or we should not stop with the direct and indirect only. We need to know how to write the other way about. Okay, right. So now let me go to the sentences one after the other. So watch carefully. Okay, right. What I have written here, first sentence is, he said to his father, comma, open inverted commas, I am fine. He said to his father, see, He said to his father, comma, open inverted commas, I am fine, close inverted commas, and you have the direct speech sentence. Now look at the portion that is written within the inverted commas. I am fine. Now what is your verb? Am. What tense is that? Present tense. Now look at your reporting verb. Said. It is in past tense. So these are the areas as far as this sentence is concerned we need to pay attention to. Now let us change this particular sentence into a reported speech. Okay. Now see how we start. So look at the sentence first and then watch how I am changing from direct to indirect. Now you can't change the subject here. So let me write he. Now I said instead of said, I wrote the other day what are some of the other words that we can think of in order to introduce the reporting verb here. So instead of said, you can say, since he is informing his father, you can just say he informed. Of course, you can say ascertained, exclaimed, or told, any verb that you are familiar with, you can use it. But I am just using inform. He informed his father. Remember, after writing past tense verb, you should never use the preposition to. You can't say he informed to his father, not necessary. So he informed his father. Now hereafter you should pay very close attention. So we have written what is there before the inverted commas. Okay. Now we have to introduce connecting word. Since this is a statement, we need to connect that conjunction, what is known as that. Okay. That is the connecting word conjunction that we need to add. Alright. Now coming to the portion written within the inverted commas. What is your statement here? I am fine. Now I is your pronoun, first person singular. I is your pronoun, and this I refers to the subject he. So therefore, if you change that I, first person, into a third person, what is that subject you may get? He. Now am is your present tense verb. So we know that present tense is changed into past tense. So therefore, I becomes was. See that he was fine. Clear? He said to his father, I am fine. He informed his father that he was fine. So you have changed the word, you have changed the verb, reporting verb, add a conjunction, change the pronoun, change the tense, and your perfect reported speech sentence is ready here. Is that very clear? If you want, you can just go through. This is the answer to the first sentence that I have written here. Okay? He informed his father that he was fine. Maybe if you are smart enough, you can have a pad before you and you can write the sentences. You may try to change by yourself whenever you watch this video. See, this kind of, I am certain that unless you watch these kind of videos at a regular interval, there is a tendency for us to forget what we have learnt earlier. So therefore, sentence could be the same. But then, unless you work it out for yourself often and often, again and again, you will forget. So therefore, you may write all the sentences in your pad or somewhere, make it a note, and then rub out all the answers. So try to change the sentences from direct to indirect again. Okay? Good. Shall we move on to the next sentence? Okay. Now look at the next sentence. She says to her mother, I am fine. I have written the same portion that is within the inverted commas so that to begin with, it is easy for us to change it. Okay? Now look at the second sentence. She says to her mother, I am fine. Now what is the reporting verb here? The reporting verb is says. Shall we go for the changing? Good. Right. She is your subject. And remember, when you have the verb in present tense adding with yes, you also must maintain the same tense here. And even when you are writing the portion within the inverted commas from direct to indirect. Now instead of says, you can write present tense verb like other words. She, what did we write in the previous sentence? I said he informed. So you can write the same verbs in present tense. See, she informs. Or she tells, informs her mother. Informs her mother. What is next? Remember, I think your mind is already started working. But what should we add here? That. Okay. Add conjunction that. And the pronoun, change of the pronoun. I, of course, in the previous sentence we saw male gender. Now here it is feminine gender. See now, she. So whatever your subject here, it becomes, I becomes she. And was. Can we write was here? No. Why? Because it is in present tense. She is fine. Okay, good. She informs her mother that she is fine. Everything is in present tense. Because it is written when she is about to express her wish or express her state of being. So therefore, present tense is confirmed here. Okay, so we have done 2 sentences now. So when you have the present tense verb adding yes as a reporting verb, make sure that you have the same tense when you are changing the portion within the inverted commas. So you have changed the verb here, add the conjunction, change the pronoun, and then the tense. Alright, so we move to the next sentence. Good, we are all smart. Very easy. See, everything becomes easy provided we show our interest. Okay, now, so we move on to the next sentence. Look at the third sentence here. What is the third sentence here? He said, comma, open inverted commas, I am traveling to school by bus today. It is a statement. So, I am traveling to school by bus today. These are the words spoken by the subject he. And then he is the speaker. Remember, when you have something written within the inverted commas, those are the very words spoken by the speaker himself or herself. Okay? So he said, comma, open inverted commas, I am traveling to school by bus today. Shall we try to change now? Yes. Start with the subject. He, this is your reporting verb. Now what is he doing actually? I am traveling to school by bus today. What is the verb that you can think of? Maybe similarly you can write told or informed or exclaimed or ascertained. Those are 2 big words. So we'll try to restrict ourselves to told or informed. So he told. What is next? That. Remember to add the conjunction word that. So we are completed with the portion outside the inverted commas. Now come back to the portion within the inverted commas. I am traveling to school by bus today. Now what is your verb here? I am traveling. See now? I am traveling. I am traveling. What tense is that? Present continuous tense. So when you are changing a present continuous tense to reported speech, it must be changed to past continuous tense. Okay? Now what is the subject here? I. I refers to the subject he. So automatically it is changed into he. He told that and traveling becomes, what is the past tense of and? Was. So was traveling. He was traveling to school by bus. Now you have an adverbial there. What is that? Today. See? Remember I said certain adverbials are changed from direct and indirect according to the situations there. So today becomes that day. Okay? Today becomes that day. Clear? So we are moving from easy sentence to little more difficult sentences so that we will become very familiar and very confident in changing the statements from direct to reported speech. Now look at that. How many changes you have made? You have changed the reporting verb, you have added the conjunction, you have changed the pronoun, you have changed the tense, and then you have changed the adverbial. See how many changes we have made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One after the other. So all these kind of sentences will become hand to in ourselves, or we become familiar constantly if we begin to write sentence after sentences. Okay, is that clear? Shall we move on to the next sentence? He told that he was traveling to school by bus that day. Now, what is their difficulty? Very easy. Very easy. But try to remember all the rules that we discussed on the other day. Okay, we'll move on to the next sentence. Look at the sentence once again. He said, I am traveling to school by bus today. He told that he was traveling to school by bus that day. Good. Shall we? Nice. Okay. What about the fourth sentence? Read the fourth sentence here. The patient said to the doctor. See? The patient said to the doctor, I feel tired even if I walk a short distance. Fairly a long sentence here. Let me read the sentence for you once again. The patient said to the doctor, comma, open inverted commas. I feel tired even if I walk a short distance. Close inverted commas, full stop. Okay? Now we are going to change this sentence into reported speech. How shall we begin? This is your reporting verb said. Okay, now we begin. The patient alright? The patient. What is the correct or appropriate reporting verb that we could think of? What does actually a patient do to the doctor when he wants to express his state of being to the doctor? Usually he exclaims or describes or shares. Whatever the verb that you can think of, you can write. So the patient here, what is he saying? Patient told the doctor or explained to the doctor, explained the doctor or told the doctor, let's see, told the doctor. Now we are coming to the portion within the inverted commas. So I becomes the patient. Here of course the patient could be male or female, so that is understood. Now since I am a male, I am just using the male pronoun here. The patient explained to the doctor that conjunction, you should never forget, that he, I feel is a verb here, it is in present tense. So therefore, the present tense must be changed into past tense. So he, what is the past tense of feel? He felt. Okay? He felt tired. He felt tired. Even if, and you have another pronoun here, even, and this I also refers to the same subject. Even if he, another verb here, you have walk. So that is changed into past tense. Even if he walked a short distance. Okay, even if he walked a short distance. Fairly a long sentence. Look at the changes. You change the verb, reporting verb, and then you add the conjunction, change the pronoun, change the tense, even the pronoun. You have two verbs, two subjects and the two verbs there. Good. See, the patient explained the doctor that he felt tired even if he walked a short distance. See, this is the answer to this question here. Just have a look at for 1 or 2 seconds or 3 seconds here. Of course, this is going to be with you whenever you watch this video. You can change it. Of course, you're going to change it, but you can read the sentences again and again and then try to write it for yourself. See, the patient explained to the doctor that he felt tired even if he walked a short distance. Alright? So we move on to the next sentence. Are you with me? I am sure you are with me because this is fairly an important topic that we are discussing today. So you have to be extremely alert and attentive. I am sure you are. Thank you. So we move on to the next sentence. What is the next sentence? Fifth sentence here. The teacher said to the students, comma, open inverted commas, you can submit your assignments tomorrow. See, the teacher said to the students, you can submit your assignments tomorrow. So the portion within the inverted commas are written here. It begins with the second person, you. So we go for a changing of direct to indirect. Good, come. Walk with me or listen to me. We will begin with the change. The teacher. Now what does the teacher do actually? What does he do? He is informing the students or is telling the students. So the teacher informed the students. Inform the students. What is next? I can read your mind. You are saying, sir, we need to add conjunction that. Good. That. See? Word conjunction that is added there. And then come to change the portion within the inverted commas. Now you refers to the subject there. What is the subject there? The teacher is subject, of course. Whom is he telling? Students. Therefore, you refers to the students. This is plural. And the second person plural. Now this is changed into pronoun. How? Since it is plural, they. That they can submit. Now can is your present tense verb. Of course it may look like an auxiliary verb there, but actually this is seen. This is looked as, this is taken as a present tense verb here. So it is changed into past tense. They could. Okay. Now when you write could, should, would, after writing this kind of passive form like could, past tense of would, past tense of will, would, and they should, all these verbs. After writing those verbs, you must be, what should we do? You must be writing only the present tense verb. Okay? You must write only the present tense verb. So, could submit. Could submit. What are they going to submit? Whose assignments? Their assignments. Submit their assignments. When? Tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Now this is your subjective pronoun here. And then you must remember, as I wrote the other day, of discussing about pronouns, what did we do? Subjective pronouns, possessive and objective. So this is your object, their, possession, their, theirs, theirs. So submit their assignments the next day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Okay? Tomorrow becomes the next day here. Now look at the change again. The teacher informed the students that they could submit their assignments the next day. Very clear. Okay? It's very clear. The teacher said to the students, you can submit your assignments tomorrow, and that is changed from direct to indirect as the teacher informed the students that they could submit their assignments the next day. Is it okay? Good. Shall we move on to the next sentence? Shall we move on to the next sentence? Okay. Good. What is the sixth sentence here? The boy said to his father. Now we have done it. We have written the fifth one. The boy said to his father, I want 100 rupees. I want 100 rupees and I have to buy 2 exercise books. And I have to buy 2 exercise books. The boy said to his father, comma, open inverted commas, I want 100 rupees and I have to buy 2 exercise books. Close inverted commas, full stop. Will you go for a change? You try to work it out. Try to work it out. Try to change. Begin with the portion outside the inverted commas. What is that? The boy. The boy, of course, what is he doing? What is he doing here? What does he do? He is requesting his father, or he is asking his father. So you can easily use the verb asked. Okay? You can easily use the verb asked. The boy asked his father. Asked his father. What is next? The connecting word, conjunction, that. That. Since it is a boy here, you can say to the writer pronoun to he. I becomes he here. And what is your tense? Present tense verb, wanted. And that becomes the past tense, wanted. Wanted. How much he wants? 100 rupees. Okay, 100 rupees. And then, since this is another statement here, excuse me. This is another statement here. So, before beginning another statement, you can say, and since and is already there, you can have another verb here. What is that? And added that. So, this conjunction is to this sentence here. And added that he have becomes had. See, he had to buy. He had to buy 2 exercise books. Okay, he had to buy 2 exercise books. Full stop. Look at the sentence now. What are the changes you made? You change the verb, you added the conjunction, you change the pronouns, change the verb again, and then added continuation of the previous sentence, another conjunction here, another pronoun, another change of verb, and then completed the sentence. How do you find? Very easy, no? Remember, we are changing only statements today. We have not moved into other type of sentences. So, try to remember how easy is going to be when we learn all the 4 types of sentences from changing to indirect speech and indirect to direct speech. Now, we are talking only about statements today. We are talking only about statements today. Look at the sentence again. Look at the sentence again. When the boy asked his father that he wanted 100 rupees and added that he had to buy 2 exercise books. Okay, shall we move on to the next sentence? Good. So we are going to the last sentence as far as this session is concerned. Okay, coming to the last sentence. The husband said to his wife, come on, open inverted commas, I will come from the office early. We will go for a movie. Close inverted commas, full stop. See, the husband said to his wife, I will come from the office early. We will go for a movie. Shall we change? Okay, good. See, the husband, what is he doing actually? He is informing. Informed his wife. Informed his wife, conjunction that I becomes the pronoun he. Now what is the tense here? Future tense. Of course, future tense will remain as future, but of course it is going to be passive. Will becomes would. So you can take this as a present verb. Will becomes would. Okay, that he would come. That he would come. Remember, after writing would, could, should, you write only the present verb. Would come here. Would come from the office. Would come from the office early. Now one information is over. Again he is saying, come on, since there is comma there, we will go for a movie. Another statement. What did we do in the previous sentence? Here no, added. And added that. Now remember, here pronoun is changed here. We. We refers to whom? Both husband and wife. So automatically the subject will become as they. That they will go becomes would go. Would go for a movie. Okay? See now how many changes we made now. We have made the change in the verb, conjunction, pronoun, tense, and then addition here, conjunction, pronoun change, verb, and completed. See? Look at the sentence again. The husband said to his father, I will come from the office early, we will go for a movie. The husband informed his wife that he would come from the office early and added that they would go for a movie. Now automatically see, when we begin to speak sentences at a regular interval casually, this kind of changing from direct indirect become easy. Without our knowledge, without our inclination, without our thinking, we can begin to speak spontaneously. All this come only by practice. We all know that perfectness in everything would be a kind of an attitude that everyone should possess. Practice makes a person perfect. We all know that. So therefore, we have changed 7 sentences. Of course, there are so many sentences. If you go on changing, you can understand better. Now since we have changed 7 sentences from direct to indirect, we will try to change sentences the other way, which means that from indirect to direct. Indirect to direct, that is also necessary, because when we should never forget that changing direct to indirect is over when we learn from that only. No, we need to know how to change from indirect to direct also. Now from changing from indirect to direct, you have to follow the rules, just the opposite. What is that? You have to remove there, here we, of course, when we change from direct to indirect, we removed all the commas and inverted commas and placed the full stop at the end of sentences. But when we begin to change from indirect to direct, you must include or you must insert commas, inverted commas at the appropriate places. That's what we must pay attention to. Okay, so let me wrap up what is on the board there, and we will try to change one or two sentences from indirect to direct. So until then, have patience for 1 or 2 seconds. So you can just work it out in your mind, the way that we changed all the sentences. So I am going to wrap this all. Are you clear now? Because we are going to move from indirect to direct now. So let me wrap all the sentences. Good. So these sentences, of course, it is very practical. All the sentences are written in a practical manner so that it will be easy for us to understand. And that's why I have prepared sentences in such a way so that it will be good to you to change from one to the other. Of course, these are all statements. When we come to change from different types of sentences at one interval, in one session, in one class, we will know the differences between one from the other. Okay? Right. Now, let me write a sentence on the board in a reported speech. So you can think of a sentence. What can we write here? Now, what am I doing with you? What am I doing with you? The teacher, see, the teacher informed the students that they must prepare well for the midterm test. See, the teacher informed the students that they must prepare well for the midterm test. Now look at that. Again, don't have to worry because we are discussing only statements. So, you don't have to think of anything else. This is again statement written in reported speech. Now, how shall we write this in a direct speech? See now, the teacher, what is your verb here? Informed. So I can simply say the teacher said. After writing said, you must write the preposition to. To whom? Said to the students. Said to the students. So we have written the portion outside the inverted commas. Now from this onwards, you have the portion within the inverted commas. That is removed. You should not use the word that here. So what should you do? Comma. You have to begin the portion within the inverted commas. So open the inverted commas. And this pronoun they refers to whom? The students. So how would the teacher inform the students? You. See? You must remain as must only. You must prepare. You must prepare well for the midterm test. Close inverted commas and the full stop. Okay? Close inverted commas. See now how you have written here. The teacher said to the students, you must prepare well for the midterm test. Open inverted commas, close inverted commas. See the other way about. Now you have to be another way of explaining, also way of understanding is that you may have to report a dialogue. That is also involved in direct and indirect speech only. So I will come back to that once we complete all this process of changing one sentence to the other, so that it will be easy at the end. So we have to change the report, the dialogue that is given there, spoken by two persons. Okay? Now shall we change another sentence here? Let me rub this for you and we will go on to the next sentence. Okay, we'll stick to next sentence here. What is next sentence here? See? The mother said. Instead of said, you can say, see, the mother told her children. The mother told her children that they needed that they wanted. We can change the word here. Instead of wanted, that they should be. That they should be ready to go along. See? To go along with them, to go along with her, since it is mother now, to go along with her to the market the next day. Fairly long sentence. Fairly long sentence. Okay? Now try to remember that. The mother told the children that they should be ready to go along with her to the market the next day. How are we going to change now? This indirect speech sentence. Try. The mother, instead of told, we can say said. The mother said to her children. See, the mother said to her children. Remove the conjunction that. So open commas and inverted commas. Now they refer to the students. So they refer to the children there, and then you can say you. The mother is informing her children. The mother said to her children, you should be. There you cannot change much here. There should be ready to go along with her. Already with her is there. You should go along with me. Her becomes me here. You should go along with me to the market. The next day becomes tomorrow. Close inverted commas and full stop. Okay? See? Is that clear now? The mother said to her children, open inverted commas, you should be ready to go along with me to the market tomorrow. Very easy. Of course, you can write simple sentences, little bit complex sentences to change from one to the other. And I think this is enough as far as statements are concerned. Of course, that tense will be varied from sentence to sentence. You can have all kinds of sentences, tenses. along with the statements there. If the portion within the inverted commas are statements, and the verb will be either present tense or past tense or future tense or present continuous or present perfect tense. So all this can be done there, and then we have tried to change from direct to indirect and direct to indirect to direct. I hope this is enough for you today as far as statements are concerned. So just go through all these sentences again whenever you watch, work it out for you, write it for yourself, remove the questions and try to write the answer for yourself and check it out whether you have come with the correct answer. Okay, so I think this is enough for this video. So when we meet in the next video, we will discuss the interrogative sentences, changing from direct to indirect. Shall we stop for the time being? Good guys. As usual, please subscribe my channel, like it, give comments, inform your friends and others. A great opportunity is given to you as you have listening to your teachers in various schools to learn grammar. And I have provided the same opportunity like that of a school atmosphere. But of course, whenever you want, you can just open this video and listen to all kinds of grammar, and you can work it for yourself even when you are at home. So make use of this opportunity, inform your friends, subscribe the channel. Have a nice day and God bless you. See you next time. Bye.